Grüezi, buenos dias and hello. It's my pleasure to present you a new edition of Big Numbers. This time for the month of April, or as I would call it, a month full of records. Both in Switzerland and Spain, markets have been moving a lot, resulting in higher turnover and more transactions compared to previous month, but especially compared to last year. On SIX Swiss Exchange, trading turnover surpassed 120 billion Swiss francs, 3.3% more than in March and even 43% more than in April last year. Since the start of the year, turnover has reached over 432 billion, which is almost 30% higher than last year, with all segments showing an increase both month on month and year to date. The biggest increase was seen in the ETF segment. Not only was turnover up 25% compared to March, but 150% compared to April 2024. With a turnover of almost 51 billion so far this year, it's up by 131%. Our ETF RFQ service, quote on demand, had the fourth record month in a row. The trading turnover was 1.6 billion, which is 16% higher than the record month of March. This was the month of records over several asset classes. We also had a record month for Swiss Admit for investment funds. The 47.5 million Swiss francs traded in the Swiss Admit book are 3.4% more than the record month of December 2024, and even 69% higher than in March. Also, the 2,138 trades are 41% higher than the record month of December 2024. In terms of transactions, SIX Swiss Exchange recorded a 22% increase over March at over 6.3 million. Again, all segments have seen higher figures than in the last month. Year to date, over 20 million trades have been recorded, a 21% increase over last year. In the meantime, the Swiss Blue Chip Index has dropped by 3.8%, ending the month at 12,117 points. Since the start of the year, it's still up 4.5%. With regards to product listings, we are happy to welcome Janus Henderson Investors as a new ETF issuer to SIX Swiss Exchange. Their actively managed ETF offers investors access to the growing collateralized loan obligation market and brings our total of ETFs to 1,989. For the structured products, we had an all-time listing record in April with 26,169 listings. After March, we had already a record month with 15,500 listings. This was caused by the volatile market and also our new issuer Leontick. All issuers did an outstanding job in listing new products every day during this turbulent market. Good job, guys! In April, we also had Barclays joining as a new trading participant, becoming our 92nd member. Now let's come to the figures of BME Exchange. In Spain, turnover reached 44.6 billion euros in April, a month-on-month increase of 4.6%. In equities, the increase was 12.3%, with a close to 38 billion traded. Year to date, the overall turnover of 160.2 billion is up by 12.7%. Like in Switzerland, the biggest increase were recorded in the ETF segment, where turnover was up over 40% compared to March and almost 79% compared to April last year. The number of transactions on BME across all segments has reached over 3.5 million. This is on a month-on-month increase of 13% and on a year-on-year increase of 24%. In total, the 12 million trades since the start of the year represent an increase of 5.2%. The Spanish Blue Chip Index IBEX35 has progressed by 1.2% in April, reaching 13,288 points at the end of the month, and therefore adding to the annual performance, which now stands at 14.6%. A record was also achieved for Spain Admit. The non-displayed liquidity pool, launched in December last year, saw the highest turnover so far on the last day in April. Modeled after the successful Swiss Admit offering, Spain Admit continues to add value to participants trading Spanish equities. These were the big numbers of SIX Swiss Exchange and BME Exchange for April. Thank you very much for watching and see you next month.